Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm working on my monthly goals for April and my weekly actions for the first week, which is week 13. And you gotta be careful with those super sticky notes from Post-it. They got a little aggressive on the paper, but I just put some white out over it. It's gonna be fine. So let's talk about my reflections for March. So I've already done those just because I like to have a little bit of kind of quiet time with myself, and I just like to do these alone. So let's just talk about how this month went, because this was kind of like I got the wind back in my sails a little bit, and I was able to do some more things and make some progress in my recovery from my accident. And so biggest wins this month, big strides, I feel like, with my recovery. My little pinky hair is making so much progress. It's like bending all the way down. I'm so proud of it. And my elbow is doing great. And, you know, we still have a long road ahead, but I'm just like so thrilled with the progress that I'm making right now. Definitely some family time. We got a really, really good weekend in March all together. It was great. I'm back to meal planning and meal prepping, so I can actually do things with both hands. And I'm gonna start Blue Apron next month again, I think, and just add that back in. As I love to cook. That's like even some self-care for me, is to have some cooking time, and I love like exploring new recipes and things, so that is an easy thing for me to do. And my fourth one here is my second COVID shot. I actually got it today. I'm filming this on Friday the 26th and got my shot this morning, and it's just very exciting to put that, you know, in my my big wins. Okay, currently working. Physical therapy is really good. I'm going to finish that up in April. Budgeting, I have adjusted to my new expenses after the accident, you know, having car payment again and all that. Some intuitive eating. This is going to be an ongoing project all year. I've kind of said that in my annual goals too, but I'm probably going to say that every month. This is ongoing for sure. And work is really, really good right now. I feel really good about where we're headed and what we're doing, what projects we're doing. It's just really good. Okay, currently not working. Enough activity. I hate to say I'm being lazy. I'm just like not pushing myself to do things. And part of it is like I don't want to overexert when I am making progress, but like I need to do more. Okay, food intake and diet. I just kind of have not quite gotten back on to the track yet. Lack of sleep. Daylight savings time just totally screwed me up, and I just have not adjusted to that yet. Skincare. My skin, and I think it's because of all this other crap, my skin is just like, I'm just breaking out a little bit, and then I just like wasn't doing everything that I was supposed to be doing. And also just sharing myself and stepping outside of my comfort zone. I really do want to that's one of my goals with social media this year, is to really push myself and like, you know, try new things and really like show myself and my life. And I've been hesitant because I'm such an introvert, but I need to get out of my comfort zone a little bit there. And then what I learned, I need to be patient. I am okay. And what I eat impacts how I feel emotionally, physically, all that. Okay, improvements. I want to increase activity and intensity. I'm going to stick to my meal plan better. I need to sleep more, and I want to try some new things with my social media platforms. And then what am I most grateful for? My job, loving the changes and doing more, my health and my life, and my family, of course. Habits, I want to nurture AM routine, daily activity, sleep, and tidying up. I think I meant to put PM routine here. Oh, no, I know why I put that. We're going to fix it. Just fine tune it. Okay. And then I did put 7, and then I was like, no, it's really more of a 6. So I circled both. So I am going to quickly do my quarterly compass here. I'm going to have to be really honest with myself and just see where we're at. I remember when I did my annual goals that people were like, your compass numbers are too high. Yeah, yes. Possibly they were inflated because I was feeling really good about myself. But Q1 was a little rough. So here are my previous scores, and I am going to have to adjust some things. because the previous ones are going to be higher than the current. But let me do this real quick and we'll see where we're at, and then we'll work on the monthly goals. So for my quarterly compass, I'm looking back at my original numbers from my compass that I did before the year started, and I'm just writing them down in the previous column. When I do this for Q2, I'll just pull the Q1 numbers and so on. But my numbers, as you can see, were rather high. So I'm going and looking at this page here, the things to consider page. I could have done the assessment again, but I just was not in the mood for that today. So I'm just looking at the things to consider page and looking at the topics under each category and then scoring myself pretty quickly in each category. And as you can see, all of them went down, I think, except for maybe fun and recreation. One of them stayed the same, but so it has a question here: what personal actions contributed to like going up or down? And so it was definitely my accident, and then just having some low motivation connected to that and other things, and then just having to prioritize a little bit, or having to prioritize what I can do. And then I also had a little bit of a depression after my accident. So my 3 words for this quarter were down, helpless, unmotivated. And where I want to kind of focus on the next quarter is health. Okay, now that I have my compass done, I have a little, and my reflections, I've got a little bit more direction for my monthly goals. So what I'm going to do is kind of move this over a little bit, and I'm going to be able to switch back and forth to my annual goals pages. So I've got my mind map here along with my breakdown. So I think that, okay, so energy is my goal of the year, or my word of the year. And I haven't had a ton of that in Q1. So I really want to put my energy where it will be best served. So that's kind of where I want to go with April. March, I feel like I was just kind of like coming out of the fog, and now I feel like I can find my focus again. So again, focusing on where I can put my energy that will do the most for me. Okay, so let's start with my personal goals. So definitely what's sticking out to me is my PM routine. It's just a mess right now. Sleep mainly, but just PM routine is just not, it needs to be fine-tuned, and I think that that will help my sleep. Also, reading wise, I think I want to go back to like 1 nonfiction, 1 fiction. I'm feeling that. I definitely want to do this. This is really not an issue right now, so I think I'll just put that on pause for now. And then when it comes to like creative things and like trying new things, I think I want to focus on the reels on Instagram. It is new, it is scary for me, but I want to try it. I really am not that, I'm not extroverted and not drawn to like doing any of the dancing or the lip syncing or any of that stuff. Like, that's not me, but I think I can find ways that I can be creative with it, and it can be kind of fun and like me. And then I also just want to get Stitch Fix like 1 or 2 times, because I'm feeling like I want some like spring items. So that's what I'm going to do for personal. And I think for my little dots this time, let's see. Here's all of my dot markers. April always makes me think of purple for some reason, and I'm really drawn to this purple right now, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. So let me write in my personal, and then we will move. Oh, okay, so my focus for personal, if I'm thinking energy, what I want to put my energy into in the personal category is just taking care of myself, taking care of me for my focus. And then I will have those 5 things I just listed. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. All right, we are ready for fun and recreation. So Let's look at this one. Okay, so fun and recreation. Fun is just, I need fun. I just need to keep it simple. So I definitely want to go for a hike, but I need to make a reservation like right now, because I think the only time I might be able to do it is during Easter weekend because I have some extra time. But I do want to go for a hike. I do want to do this one as well. Listen to 3 podcasts. I want to do rest time. I kind of got away from this, and I want to do this, like intentional rest time, and 1 planner event per week, I think, is what I am feeling right now. Okay, so those 4 things. And then my focus for fun and recreation is just, I think it's going to be just rest and enjoying rest. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so I'm just going to add on here enjoying experiences because I think that will work. I haven't used this tip of the pen, but I kind of like it actually. Okay, work and learning. Okay, work is going really well. So work hard, love harder is my little mantra here. Okay, so I would definitely want to work on a content schedule. And when it comes to projects, I know which project we're going to do in April in school, like at school. So we can definitely do that. And then I also want to like make a plan for just start making a list of like brainstorming stuff for my summer work days. And then I also need to renew my Google Level 1 certification. So this is really the project, kind of, these 2 things. Okay, so I know which direction I want to go in. I think that's 4 things. So my focus this month is going to be, when it comes to work and learning, how about winding down? Like, winding down the school year? I think that will work. Okay, for family and relationships, this one is just going to be pretty straightforward and kind of just carrying on from last month too. So I don't have time for a visit, but I can call my grandparents, contact with my parents, and time with my sister. And then I want to include this one too. I have some ideas of what I want to do with this one. So mainly tied, not family stuff, just other things, like other areas where I need to maintain boundaries. So my focus here is going to be just connection, I think, which I'm pretty sure is like the word that I used over here. Yeah, connect more. So just connection is going to be my focus, and then I'll have those 4 things here. All right, moving on to the other side. So we've got health and wellness over here. So this is going to be like my big area because, you know, recovery, also all of my health goals are still happening. So my big, my stretch goal for this year is changing my eating habits, and my focus is evolution. And so this year, I think I want to make my focus, or this month, I think I said year. This month, I want to make my focus feeling better, because I just want to feel better, and I can kind of come at that from a couple of different directions and use like the energy that I have and channel it. Okay, so I definitely want to, when it comes to changing my eating habits, focus on intuitive eating learning. So I want to keep like being intentional about learning about intuitive eating and practicing that. And then sleep definitely needs to be on my list. Skincare also, I need to tighten up that routine. I need to finish my physical therapy and continue to do those exercises like after it's done, because it's going to finish up mid-April, or it should. Meal planning also, which is right there. And then activity every day. And I want to increase my intensity on my activity a little bit. So how many things is that? Like 5 or 6? So I said my focus was what? Feeling better. Okay, so I'm going to put in my focus here, which is feeling better, and then I'll list my 6 things here. All right, next up is spiritual and personal growth. Let's check in with my annual goals there. So I have some growth in this area that needs to happen this month, but I want to keep it simple. I do want to do this. I just don't have the energy right now, and I can't. So I'm going to donate this year or this month, but I'm like a part of the League of Women's Voters in my town now, and they have activities all the time, and I just haven't been able to really, one, put myself out there as an introvert, and also, although some of them are Zooms, so I should probably go the Zoom route first to get comfortable, but also just like school is really, it's a lot right now, finishing up the school year, so maybe once June hits, I will feel like I can start to volunteer in person and stuff. But anyway, okay, so I know what I want to do, I think. So I want to, my daily stoic, this is really helpful in the morning. It's really quick. I need to do this and get back to doing it regularly. And then memory keeping, this is really like feeding my soul right now. So I want to continue memory keeping. And then the donation, like I said, and some podcasts. And when I say podcasts here, this is different from this one. These are fun podcasts, but the ones that I put here are for like personal growth. So I think those 4 things will work. So for my focus, help others and myself. Feel lighter, fulfill a purpose. Okay, I think purpose should be my focus here, because I think that will kind of give me some direction. And then those 4 activities for this area. Okay, financial. So this one, again, I want to keep it pretty simple. So my categories for financial are save, spend, and be proactive. So I already kind of did this last month. It wasn't a full house payment, but it was some on my escrow shortage. Well, it was all of my escrow shortage. So I'm going to kind of leave this out. I'm going to be proactive with my budget. I'm going to add those 2. I'm going to do this in a couple months, because I did that several months ago. Not yet with her. I do need to do this because my park pass for the state parks is up for renewal. And then this is kind of part of my budgeting. Okay, so focus for this month, I think, should be just being, what's the word? I don't want to spend too much. I want to be, let me think of the word. It's on like the tip of my tongue. But let me go ahead and put in these 4 things, and then hopefully the word will come to me. Okay, I couldn't come up with the word. It's like in there, but it's not coming to the surface. So I'm just gonna do careful, like careful spending, and careful, like just keeping an eye on everything, I think would be a good thing for this month. Okay, last one, physical environment. So there's a couple of things that I do want to do this month with summer coming kind of closer. So I do want to do this because I do that every month. And I kind of did some of this last month and some of this. I do want to work on this one, the minimize stuff at work. I need to clean my office space. I share an office, but my area, well, our whole office is crazy because we're just like, it's a whirlwind all the time, but I need to clean up my workspace. And then also I want to work on the yard somehow. I don't know how, since my arm doesn't work completely 100%, but maybe I can figure something out. And then I also want to work on my outdoor space and just continue like researching and stuff. So I think that was 4 things. So my focus this month, I think, should be, so my overall focus is comfort. I think I want to do minimize because that I think will fit with what I need for this month in particular. All right, there we go. My goals are finished, and I think we are ready to work on my weekly action items for the first week. So this is the week of Easter. So I have a little bit of extra time on the weekend, but it's also an insane week at school. Like, it's the end of the 6 weeks, which is our grading period. Plus there's like all this stuff due. Like, I made a big checklist for the teachers so they knew. It's just like gonna be a crazy week. So I don't want to go overboard with anything. So I think maybe 1 to 2 bullets for each category, except maybe health. I think I might be able to go more on that one, but I need to keep it like simple. And then I think I want to use, I guess I can use these from Lemon and Honey Studio. So let me put in my areas of life first, and then we'll work on these little guys. Okay, so I've got my categories in here, and I'm ready to work on my weekly actions. So what color do I want to use now? I want something bright. I don't want to use purple because I just used that one, but something bright and fun. I really love this color so much, but maybe like a bright blue for like Easter. Let's use this one. I don't think I've used this one yet on a weekly actions page. Okay, so personal, I want to keep it to 2, so I'm just going to do 2 here. And I think for this week, let me get that straight for you. Okay, I think that I can work on, I'm finishing up a book this week, so I think next week I can do a new book. Maybe a new nonfiction book, because I haven't read one of those in a while. And self-care night, I think, is what's drawing my eye. I also want to just kind of add that, since, you know, we're using that blue. Okay, fun and recreation. Let's do 2. I'm going to try to get that hike in. Hopefully the weather cooperates. And I think a planner live. I'm going to get plenty of rest time, so I'm sure I'm going to hit my podcast for next week, since I'll have plenty of time at home. Okay, work and learning, like I said, it's going to be just nuts at work. So I want to support them, meaning the teachers, and getting all their paperwork done. And then I also want to work on a content schedule on the weekend for April. It's always a loose schedule, but I want to have like something put together. All right, family and relationships. I think I'm going to call my parents and I'm going to have some contact with my sister, maybe FaceTime with my little nephews. Okay, so health and wellness. I want to do a few more things here since that is kind of my focus for the year and definitely this month. So let's see what I need to prioritize for this week. Okay, definitely sleep because I've got to get that under control. I think skincare is something that I can work on that should be easy to get back into and like do it right. Meal planning is jumping out at me, and the activity every day. I think I'll probably do the intuitive learning eating. I think maybe my nonfiction book might be about intuitive eating, but yeah, I think those things that I just mentioned will work. All right, I feel good about that. Now, spiritual and personal growth. I already mentioned the Daily Stoic is like something I definitely want to like get better at, and my memory keeping. I think I'm gonna wait on the donation for when I get paid next, which is in the middle of the month. So I think those two will work. Okay, when it comes to financial goals, really none of this except for the update weekly is relevant to this first week in April. So I'm just going to do one thing for financial. Okay, and lastly, physical environment. So I think I can do this first one for sure. I feel like I could do something in my yard. I don't know what it is yet, but I feel like there's something. I can figure out something toward this third bullet here. So I'm going to do those two. All right, that is everything. This is just, it's not overwhelming. It feels really good to actually be like back in the groove of things. Like March was good, but I feel like April, I'm going to get some progress done during this month. So we went over my monthly reflections for March. We used this information and completed the quarterly compass for Q1. Then used this information to look at what I want to do with my monthly goals, referring back to my annual goals in the process. And then we created my weekly actions for the first week of April using my monthly goals. So it all works together. So that is everything for this video. I hope that me kind of walking you through my process is helpful. Definitely let me know down below if you have any questions about how I do this and why I do specific things. I'm always open to answering anything that you guys are curious about. And let me know what you're kind of looking forward to in April. What do you want to work on? What goals do you have? What do you want to get accomplished? Or just where do you want to make progress? You know, we don't have to accomplish a bunch of things. If we're making progress, that's good enough. And it's good, period, I should say. Not good enough. It's good, period. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye.